Imagine finding a little boy abandoned in a cardboard box. No name, no identification, no one coming forward to claim him. And for decades, investigators had almost nothing to tell them who he was. This is the disturbing true story of a child whose identity remained one of America's most haunting mysteries. On February 25, 1957, a young man checking muskrat traps near Philadelphia noticed something unusual. It was a cardboard box lying beside the road. Inside was the body of a young boy. He appeared to be around 4 years old. The child had been severely neglected and had suffered a violent death. Investigators searched the surrounding area, hoping someone would recognize him, but nobody did. There was no identification, no missing person report that seemed to match, and no obvious connection to the boy. Police began investigating every possibility. Could the boy have been abandoned by someone who knew him? Could he have come from another city? Who had purchased the box? Who had seen the child last? Investigators even distributed thousands of flyers featuring the boy's photograph. Newspapers published his story. People came forward claiming they knew something, but the leads repeatedly went nowhere. And as the years passed, the mystery only grew darker. The boy eventually became known simply as the boy in the box. Imagine being a detective decades later and looking at a case where almost everything is missing. No confirmed name, no family, no clear motive, and no killer. The boy was buried in Philadelphia under the name America's Unknown Child. For decades, investigators continued trying to identify him. Technology changed. Forensic science improved. And eventually, investigators turned to modern DNA testing and genealogy. The hope was that somewhere in America's enormous family trees, there might finally be an answer. More than 6 decades after the boy was found, investigators finally announced a breakthrough. In 2022, authorities identified the child as Joseph Augustus Zarelli. He was only 4 years old. For the first time, the unknown child had a name. But identifying Joseph didn't immediately answer the biggest question. Who was responsible for his death? And why was this little boy abandoned in a box? More than 65 years after Joseph was found, his identity is known, but the full story surrounding his death remains deeply disturbing. A little boy who disappeared from the world and became one of America's most haunting, unsolved mysteries. But here's the question. If you had watched this story without knowing the facts, would you have believed it was real? True or fiction? Tell me your answer in the comments.